Hello, everybody. Welcome back to an exciting episode of Fandom Fights. We are here for a really exciting one. It is a number one contenders match in Fandom teams. We got Wookiee Mistake going up against Rule of Two. Wookiee Mistake we have not seen since last season, just due to unfortunate timing and everything. Wookiee Mistake had to give up their title shot at the end of the year last year. So we gifted them the number one contenders match. This is them getting that shot now. They're in that number one contenders match. And rising up through the ranks to face them is Rule of Two, Robert and Kaiser, being the best of the debut bunch so far. It's interesting in the fact that the last time Robert was on a debut team, he rose up through and went on to win the titles. Is this going to happen again, or is Wookiee going to get their title shot back? I'm super excited to find out what's going to happen. Let's go talk to the teams right now in the promos.
So, when we talked about putting this team together, I saw this scenario playing out as clearly as I see your two faces right now. I know, knowing you two, you may not have seen it, but I saw it clear as day. And look, we know what we're up against. They're a great team. They might even be the best team. I have no idea. We'll find out today. But what I can say with confidence is they are the team with by far the biggest sense of entitlement in this league. They think that belt is their birthright. And you know what? In Fun DMC, we love laying waste to best laid plans. I mean, for goodness sake, Nick and Tim had the audacity to name this act after Joey No Belts over there. So, guys, all I got to say is this. Do what we do best. Let's go.
Mr. Belts?
That was cool. Also, first of all, when we were born as a team, Knights of Ren had them. So I don't think neither of us thought we would get them anyway. So that was a pleasant surprise.
No, I agree. There's no sense of entitlement. You know, you win a tournament, you get a title shot. You earn it. But people might think we might be pissed off that we're not going straight into a title shot. But you know what? Robert's here. Jake's here. That's who we would have been playing in the title shot. So this feels more than justified. I feel more than ready.
My kidney fucking us up made possible that 4 very good friends of us got belts. So I think that's a positive thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mr. Belts, Bean Daddy, light the fuse.
Couple cleanup items here. I have nothing to do with the naming of the acts. That is all Mr. Tuing. And also, I don't like it when Alex says daddy. So we're going to move on to round number 1. Here is how it's going to work. There are going to be 10 questions from 10 random categories in the realm of Fandom Fights. Each question is going to be worth 1 point apiece. If a player gets all 10 questions correct, you will be issued a bonus question to you, only to you. You get 3 repeats, 1 challenge for the entirety of the match. Players, are you ready to go?
Yeah,
sure.
You're up.
Yeah. All right. Let's kick it off with your first question in the category of, it would be great if I was on the dock. The category is DreamWorks animation. Which DreamWorks film features the main character blowing up a museum because of the painful memories it brings back? The same thing happened to Maggie last week. I don't want to get into it due to the legal repercussions, but a little rough. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, Kaiser. Let's go to David.
Megamind.
Kaiser.
Oh, Madagascar.
Let's go to Joe.
Megamind.
And Robert.
Megamind.
Megamind is correct. So we move into the next category. It is the category of Pixar. Blake Clark was the second person to voice which Pixar character? I wish I could voice a Pixar character. Just show up in the next Pixar movie. What is that? Elemental? Show up as a bowl of water or something?
Wonder Twin powers activate.
1, pens down, Kaiser.
I said Slinky Dog.
Let's go to Joe.
Right.
Dash par.
Let's go to Robert.
Slinky Dog.
And
Yeah.
David.
I also said Dash.
Slinky is correct. So rule of two is a 1 point lead. As we get into your next question, which is in the category of horror icons. In the original Halloween 2, Sheriff Brackett abandons Loomis and the search for Michael after learning what? I like this movie. I once was on an episode of YLS where we talked about horror sequels, and I brought this one up, and everyone looked at me kind of puzzled, but I like this one.
I think it's like the second or third best Halloween,
I
personally.
would agree. Honestly, yeah, I really like it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Joe.
His daughter is dead.
We're going to go to Robert.
His daughter was killed.
We're going to go to David.
His daughter is dead.
And Kaiser.
That his daughter is dead.
All are correct. 5-4. As we get to your next question, in the category of James Bond. At the beginning of Casino Royale, Bond chases down and kills a man who makes what in Madagascar? I did just get a message from Nick Tuig. Nick Tuig, call me if there's a challenge or anything. I kind of want to respond and be like, well, Kaiser is here. 5.
It's true.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Robert.
I said bombs.
Let's go to David.
Bombs?
Kaiser.
I said gold.
And Joe.
Bombs.
Bombs is correct. So it is I have the score totally wrong. It's tied 6-6. I did not have that, but that is what the correct score is. 6-6. Robert, I believe, the only one still to remain perfect as we get into your next category of Star Wars. In Rogue One, who is the last main member of the Rogue One team of 6 that Jin meets? Not gonna lie, Nick spelled Jin with a J. I always thought it was with a G, so I'm a moron. It's G-Y-N. He has a J-Y-N, and I tend to believe him. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're gonna start with David.
Bodhi?
We're gonna go to Kaiser.
Body Rook.
Joe.
Bodhi Rook.
And Robert.
Bodhi Rook.
Bodhi Rook. Yeah, that's correct. 8-8 as we get into your next category, which is Star Trek. Which Star Trek film features a main villain planning to use Thalaron radiation as a weapon of mass destruction? Weapons of mass destruction. No me gusta. Bucky's very upset about something upstairs. Not quite sure what it is.
Is it that he doesn't get to go see Return of the Jedi?
Probably 2.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah, right.
I get it.
Let's go to Kaiser.
Star Trek Nemesis.
We'll go to Joe.
Star Trek Nemesis.
Robert.
Star Trek : Nemesis.
And David.
Star Trek Nemesis.
All are correct. 10-10 as we get into your next category, which is Middle Earth. Name all 3 colors that represent wizards we physically see in a live-action Middle Earth film. Good thing Hobble's not here. Because then he would say something along the lines of, this is unfair. And then we would go, oh, that's
Wow. Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Joe.
Brown, white, and gray.
Let's go to Robert.
Really lacking on the color spectrum. White, gray, and brown.
David.
White, gray, brown.
And Kaiser.
Gray, white, brown.
All are correct. Another clean sweep. We still remain tied at 12. Your next question is in the category of Planet of the Apes. What is the name of the marksman who Caesar lets go at the beginning of War for the Planet of the Apes, who later takes the shot that eventually kills Caesar? Well, Bucky is now here. What were we upset about? We're not sure. Okay. All right. I wish you could talk. 5, 4, 3.
Repeat.
All right. That's going to be rule of two's first repeat. What is the name of the marksman who Caesar lets go at the beginning of War for the Planet of the Apes, who later takes the shot that eventually kills Caesar? Spoiler alert, Nick. It's not like we haven't asked questions about this before, but spoiler alert nonetheless. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Joe.
Preacher.
Robert.
I didn't have that. Nope.
David.
I said a poem.
And Kaiser.
That's it. Jason.
Preacher is
Nice.
so that puts Wookiee Mistake up 1 point, 13-12, as we get into your penultimate question in the category of Disney animation. What type of food does Oliver help Dodger steal shortly after meeting him in Oliver and Company? I like this one fine. It's a decent movie. It's got some good.
Watched it in a
got
long
some
time.
good tunes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Robert.
I said pizza.
Let's go
what?
to David.
Sausages.
Let's go to Kaiser.
I said hot dogs.
And Joe.
Hot dogs.
We will accept hot dogs or sausages because it's a little unclear, and that's what we have in the answer. So with that, before going into the final question, I have Wookiee up 15-13. The final question is in the category of Law and Order. Jeremy Piven, Maggie Q, and John Lone appear in which Law and Order film? This is one of those name a Law and Order film questions. Some competitors can't even do that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to David.
Is this the right one? I am confused the two. A Good Day to Die Hard. It's
let's
not
go
okay.
to Kaiser.
Rush Hour 2.
And Joe.
Let's get a dead animal on you. Rush Hour 2.
Oh,
And Robert.
The only one I knew Jeremy Piven was Rush Hour 2.
That is correct. Rush Hour 2 is the correct answer. So
Maggie Q's like in a car just passing by.
it is a 1 point
okay.
game. Wookiee's in the lead, 16-15 as we get into round number 2. Here's how this is going to work. Round number 2 is the wheel round. We're going to bring in the wheel from wheeldecide.com. Each team is going to have a chance to spin the wheel. If they like what they spin the first time, they can keep it, or they can choose to spin again, but they have to keep whatever they spin the second time. Each question will be worth 2 points apiece. Unless you want to check the multiple choice, then it will be worth only 1 point, and stealing is available in this round, so be on the lookout. Rule of 2, you have 2 repeats remaining. Wookiee, you have all 3. Both challenges are still intact. The wheel today, like I said, brought to you from wheeldecide.com and Peacock Stream She Said, starring Carey Mulligan and Zoe Kazan. Now, the categories on the wheel today are horror icons, Disney animation, sci-fi icons, Law and Order, James Bond, Worlds of DC, Star Wars, Pixar, and of course, spinners and opponent's choice. Wookiee Mistake, you are in the lead. Would you like to spin first or defer?
Now that we're no longer Kingsman, I think like we can do the spin first thing because I think that was the only thing holding us back before, right?
No, I've always gone first.
Spin first.
Spin first.
Okay. So we are going to spin first. This is the spin for Wookiee. It lands on Worlds of DC.
Yeah.
I think I can take it, right?
Good.
I think so.
All right.
Okay, great. Wookiee Mistake, are you prepared for your questions in the category of Worlds of DC?
I think so.
All right, your first question. Actor Michael Beach plays a father in which Worlds of DC film?
Michael Beach. Do you know who that person is?
Do you know what? I've got the name, but I just can't remember who he plays.
5,
We can work a repeat on this.
Repeat.
Question.
All right.
That's your first repeat. Actor Michael Beach plays a father in which Worlds of DC film?
So it's not Aquaman. It's probably not. It's not Shazam, right?
No. Most of
Multiple
them
choice? Yeah, multiple choice.
All right, your options are A, Shazam, B, Batman v Superman, C, Justice League, or D, Aquaman.
Oh, for goodness, it's Black Manta's. It's Yahya Abdul-Mateen's father.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Aquaman, final answer.
That is correct. For 1 point.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's fine. Thank you.
I knew I had it somewhere. But, yeah.
All right, your next question. In Wonder Woman, after Diana initially follows Steve Trevor into the war room, how does Steve say he knows her before escorting her out?
Her secretary?
No, I think that comes later because everyone knows. I think it's
her. I think it's his secretary because it follows up Candice.
3, 2.
Multiple
choice. I think it's sister. I'm sure it's sister.
Okay, I'm taking the repeat. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
They say repeat.
In Wonder Woman, after Diana initially follows Steve Trevor into the war room, how does Steve say he knows her before escorting her out?
Because everyone knows that the secretary is.
I'll trust you on this. I'll trust you on this one.
Sister, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
All right, cool.
Sorry about the second repeat, David.
No, it's completely. That's fine.
All right, your next question. Besides Rick Flag, who is the last member of the first Suicide Squad team that gets attacked on the beach to die in The Suicide Squad?
The last member to be attacked?
It's the last. Who's the last one to die apart from Rick Flag from the first team?
5.
Might have to multiple this, I think.
Yeah, multiple choice.
Multiple choice, please.
All right, your options are A, Mongol, B, Savant, C, TDK, or D, Javelin.
Is it Javelin?
I think it's Javelin.
Okay.
Javelin, final answer.
That is correct for 1 point.
All right.
All right, your penultimate question. In Wonder Woman 1984, Max Lord owns a company that sells what?
Oil? Right?
Yeah.
Oil. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 more points. And your final question in the category of Worlds of DC. What is the name of the lair that holds the Council of Wizards and the 7 Deadly Sins in Shazam?
The Rock of
Eternity.
Final answer.
That is correct for 2 more points. And the
a little bit of rust there, David, but we got
Worlds of DC. So Wookiee gets their total up to 24. Rules still at 15 before their spin. So we'll bring in the wheel and Mr. Meltzer. This is going to be the spin for Rule of 2.
Peacock will also.
I know you guys were itching for some of those steals, but it's all right.
It lands on Pixar.
Ooh.
I would.
That's right down the middle.
Yeah.
I think for us.
I
think we're at a point
Yeah.
where I think we can risk going for something where we can try to match them in points.
Yeah.
Something better.
Yeah.
So
something better.
It's a risk, but I think it's a risk worth taking.
Might as well. Gotta go for broke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then again, Peacock will also bring you Twisted Metal on July 27th.
That's accurate. Disney Animation is the spin.
All right, take your time, guys. All right.
All right, gentlemen, your questions in Disney Animation. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Your first question. Which Disney animated film features a character getting so angry from hunger that they attempt to eat a sandwich made of plates and silverware?
Sounds familiar, but I can't recall.
Is it like the original Winnie the Pooh or something?
It could be. Do you want to multiple it just in case?
Let's multiple it. Multiple choice.
All right, your options are A, Fun and Fancy Free, B, Melody Time, C, The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, or D, The Emperor's New Groove.
Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad stands out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not Emperor's New Groove.
No, it's not that. Do you want to go with
I mean,
what I
Ichabod-
said, or do you think it's something else?
I haven't seen like the other three, so I'm fine with it.
Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, final answer.
That is incorrect. Wookiee chance for a 1-point steal. Is it A, Fun and Fancy Free, B, Melody Time, C, The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, or D, The Emperor's New Groove?
It's
So
Fun and Fancy
Fancy
Free.
Free. They're hungry, and that's why they have to sell the cow and
Yeah.
get the Jack and the Beanstalk.
It's
story.
Donald. It's Donald. I'm pretty sure it's Donald.
Fun and Fancy Free. Final answer.
That is correct for 1 point.
All right.
All right, rule of 2, your second question. Who voices Lilo's sister Nani in Lilo and Stitch?
Tia Carrera.
Okay.
Tia Carrera,
Was
final
it-
answer.
yeah.
That is correct for 2 points.
I thought it's career, but yeah.
I say Carrera, whatever. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
No, you said it correctly.
Yeah.
Your third question. In Aladdin, before turning him into an elephant, what is the first animal Genie turns Abu into?
Camel. Come and get your
Yeah.
brand new camel. Be careful, they spit. You know, it's camel.
Yeah.
Camel, final answer.
Yeah, that's right. That's our- your brand new camel. Oh, I love that part. Okay.
Watch out, he spits.
Watch out. Yeah. Oh, it's so good. Okay. Your fourth question. In The Great Mouse Detective, after Fidget brings Olivia to Radigan, he traps her inside of what object?
A bottle? Is it a bottle? I remember a bottle very vividly.
Okay. If you're confident,
Do
then
you want to go for broke?
let's shoot for it. Yes.
A bottle, final answer.
That is correct for 2 more points.
Wow. Turns out I know my Disney a little better than I thought.
And your final question. In the prologue of Beauty and the Beast, what does the old woman want from the prince, which he refuses, causing her to turn him into a beast?
A place to stay, right?
Shelter?
Shelter, right?
Yeah, please to say shelter. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good enough, right?
From
Just
the
shelter.
ring. Yeah. From
I
the
assume
ring.
shelters. We'll just say shelter. I assume that will be
Yeah.
fine. Shelter, final answer.
The exact word we have
Okay.
at the end.
Good.
That is
Thank you.
correct
Thank
for
Christ.
2 more points. So at the end of a rule of 2 spin, they get their total up to 23, but with the steal, Wookiee is at 25. So it is a 2-point game going into the betting round. Here's how this is going to work. I'm going to say a category. The players are then going to have to decide which member of the team is going to take the question and how many points they want to bet between 0, 1, and 2. Whichever player doesn't take the first question will have to take the second. You can reset for questions 3 and 4 and work together on question 5 should we get there. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated or we have reached the end of the match. Gentlemen, any questions as we get into the betting round?
No, this match is going exactly as we planned.
Wookiee, you have 1 repeat left. Rule of 2, you have 2. And both challenges still intact. All right, your first category you can bet points on is going to be scores and soundtracks. All right, let's get bets starting with Wookiee Mistake. Who's taking it and how much?
Take it for 2.
Okay, and rule of 2, who's taking it for how much?
Me for 2.
Okay, your question in the category of scores and soundtracks is, what is the name of the first song played by the rock band at the Yule Ball in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire? I watched this movie this week with my wife, who just called our dog an asshole. What's he barking at? Why is he so upset? Oh, dogs talking to each other like a Disney film. 5, 4, 3.
I'll repeat.
2. All right, that is going to be rule of 2, second repeat. What is the name of the first song played by the rock band at the Yule Ball in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire? Bucky is now up at the door looking for his mama like an asshole. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Joe, who bet 2.
Dance like a hippogriff.
And Robert, who bet 2.
Turn around like a crazy elf. I don't know.
Both incorrect. Joe slightly closer. It's do the hippogriff. Do the hippogriff. Although the crazy elf thing, I believe, is said in
It's a lyric.
It is still a 2-point game. It's 23-21. The next category that David and Kaiser have to take is the category of YA.
Okay.
All right, let's give bets, starting with Kaiser.
2.
Okay, and David.
2.
Okay, your question in the category of YA. Who plays Vince, a soldier within the right arm in the Scorch Trials and the Death Cure? Bucky just took a big drink. He's now flipping everywhere like an asshole. I know that's like the 4th time I've called my dog an asshole tonight, but it's the truth. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Kaiser.
Berry pepper.
Yeah.
And David.
Nice.
Barry Pepper is correct. So it is still a 2-point game, but Rule of 2 is now in the lead. It is 23-21 in favor of Rule of 2. You can now reset who takes the next question, and the category is Marvel. Let's start with Wookiee Mistake. Who's taking it, and how much are you betting?
Me for 2.
Okay, and Rule of 2, how much?
Me, because I'm going to have a fucking heart attack for 1.
For 1. Okay. Your question in the category of Marvel. Saint Estes is a location featured in which Marvel film? Estes.
Yeah.
I said it. Estes. Thank you, Maggie. Saint Estes. These are the moments when it's nice to have you or Nick around. When I don't know how to read the English language.
Sorry, Kaiser.
I don't think I know. I think
3, 2.
Repeat
1.
the question.
Okay, that is your final repeat. Saint Estes is a location featured in which Marvel film? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. David, we're going to start with you.
Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
And Robert.
Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
That is correct. So it is a 1-point game, 24-23. Rule of 2 is still in the lead. Kaiser and Joe have to take this next question. It is the category of
Sorry about the repeat.
DreamWorks Animation. Let's get bets, starting with Kaiser.
2.
And Joe.
2.
All right. Your question in the category of DreamWorks Animation. What is the name of Poppy's giraffe-like troll friend who learns he was originally born in the Funk tribe in Trolls World Tour?
Oh, God.
So if both players hit this or miss this, we will move on to the final question. But if Wookiee hits this while Rule misses it, then we will be done. No, I lied. No, that is true. That is true. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
All right. Your question again. What is the name of Poppy's giraffe-like troll friend who learns he was originally born in the Funk tribe in Trolls World Tour? It is so weird to me that, this movie came out right on digital. We still have it in here because of like the rules we made, but now there's a third one coming out and it's going to be in theaters. So what a world we live in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Kaiser.
Peppy is wrong.
And Joe.
So I have it. Freddie?
No.
Both incorrect. The answer is Cooper. Cooper. So it is still a 1-point game. Rule of 2 is in the lead by 1. And the final category, which teams can confer on, is Disney animation. Okay, let's get that starting with Wookiee mistake.
Surprising no one. We bet 2.
And rule of 2.
We bet. No, it was 2. I was going to say 0, but I don't want to be an asshole.
That would be weird. Okay, so here's the situation. We're going to go to Wookiee mistake first. If they hit their question, we will move on to rule of 2. If they miss their question, rule of 2 will be the winners. So, Wookiee mistake, are you ready?
Yeah.
You're getting question 1 in Disney animation. Your question is, what is the name of the group of people who Anna and Elsa's father was from and have been trapped in the mist with the soldiers of Arendelle in Frozen 2?
The Northuldra.
Northuldra.
Yes.
The Northuldra, final answer.
That is correct for 2.
I didn't have it until you said Northuldra.
So Wookiee is up 1. We move over to rule of 2. If they hit their question in Disney animation, they win the match to go on and play for the titles. If they miss, Wookiee mistake will go on to play for the titles. Kaiser and Robert, are you ready?
Yeah.
Your question in Disney animation. What is the name of the electricity producing plant discovered by Searcher Clade in Strange World?
Pando. It's Pando.
Okay, go for it.
Pando,
Okay.
final answer.
And your winners, rule of 2, Pando is the correct answer. A final score of 24-23 in what has to be one of the most exciting Fandom Fights matches we have seen in a while. Excellent stuff. Just neck and neck the whole time. People missing questions that they bet on. It was insane. It was an incredible match. Wow. Okay, so we're going to get into post-match interviews. We're going to start by talking to Wookiee mistake, David and Joe. Guys, excellent match. Really great stuff. In round 1, an excellent score. Round 2, Sticking Worlds of DC. From what I know about you guys, I think that was a good call, a safe call to make. Like you said, you had to maybe shake off the rust a little bit, but you still swept the round. It just kind of came down to a couple tough questions that your opponents also didn't know. So at the end of the day, how are you guys feeling about the match? I know you're probably disappointed, but I think it was an incredible performance nonetheless.
I am a little disappointed. I mean, I wouldn't have known Barry Pepper no matter how much I had studied anyways. But it's just like the decisions we make in round 3, like I was really wanting to bet 0 on that. But in this level of matches, we always push ourselves to bet 2.
Yeah.
And I wasn't expecting data question in the second question of round 3, because it's usually the third or the fourth one. So, and then if Joe had taken Marvel and I had taken DreamWorks, we probably would have won as well. It's just
it was a game of margin. It was a game of margins.
Yeah.
There's pretty much 2 Pixar characters that have had voices switched, and it's Dashpar and it's Slinky Dog, and our brains went straight to Dashpar. It's not getting Michael Beach playing, the older Black Man quicker. That's going to multiple choice. That's the point.
I think we know. I think we know.
The Hippogriff. We're very fine margins, but I think that's a Rust thing. Like I said, we haven't played together.
Yeah, we missed a lot in round 3. That's not usual on us. We missed 3 out of 5 in round 3, and I don't think that's ever happened to us before. So it's just we are starting. This is the first match we played this year, and these teams have had time to play.
Mm-hmm.
Speaks to the quality of momentum. But
but we'll
it's
be back.
amazing that with their code that they were using, even though no audience has seen this, it's amazing with their code that they didn't bottle it, because
and well, Joe is going to be playing the Frenzy, which is honestly it is an interesting experience to have for us, because we missed it last year. So
And Joe, not only will you be playing in the Frenzy, you will also be playing in a singles title match later next week. So this is not the last we've seen of you. Alex, do you have any final thoughts on Wookiee's match today?
Just that I've known these guys for years. I couldn't be more proud of the team that they've become. That is true whether they win or whether they lose. I've always got their backs no matter what, whether I just wake up or whether I've been awake for 16 hours. I've driven hours to be their manager, and I will always continue to be in their corner. Congratulations to Rule of Two. I think we forgot to say that part.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Sorry about the entitlement. Sorry about that. But when you're one of the best teams in the world, you tend to act like it.
Yeah, I'm going to claim some entitlement just for a second because this is a poor run of form, but we'll shake it off, and there's more title matches to come this year.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, we'll see you guys later.
And if not, there is always the tournament.
Guys, we'll see you soon. Great match today. We're gonna bring in the winning team. Rule of Two. Guys, is history repeating itself? I'm gonna go to Jake first. Let the players have a second to breathe. But Jake, as somebody who was on a team with Robert, did this exact same thing, got to the title match and won the titles. Is history repeating itself? Is this going to happen? They're taking on another team that also has a Star Wars name, just like you guys did last time in Duel of the Fates. So what do you guys think? Or Jake, we'll start with you. Your thoughts on the team performance today.
Yeah, Rule of Two stands for number of consecutive heart attacks that I have gotten watching these guys. Because between the last match and this match, this is just like some of the most entertaining and stress-inducing play you are going to see in this division. And I know I was kind of talking like a dick before the match, but really it's just because I know how great Wookiee Mistake is. Like, I think they were the best team in the division last year. I still think on their best day, they are better than anybody. Today just was not their best day, and it just so happens that twice in a row, Robert has caught them on not their best day. And so maybe
with the pants down.
Yeah, but I could not be more proud of these guys. Like I said before, like I saw this as clear as day. Like I knew as soon as these guys joined forces, I knew this is what they were capable of. And I'm so proud of the work they've put in, but this was not the end of my vision. Like I saw them in the title match. I didn't necessarily see them against Duel of the Fates. I didn't know who they were going to play, but I love that it is them because obviously Brittany is the gold standard right now, and that is who you have to beat. And so it's fitting that we have to play her and Tyler. They demonstrate, and this is a little bit of revenge because they got our boys in the last one. So it may not be the year of D's nuts quite yet, but
Maggie did not understand that joke. She goes,
probably for the best. But Fun DMC, I think, can still bring home a belt. We have at least one of us has that extensive title match experience, and Kaiser is just an animal. So I don't foresee him having any issues whatsoever. He's helped us study for title matches in the past. So I don't foresee any drop off from there. I'm just so excited for these guys and it's because of overcoming opposition like Wookiee Mistake, who are so incredible. I see them coming back. They're gonna be back. Like whether it's through a tournament or some other means, they're too good. So
yeah,
I'll let these guys say something quick because
Kaiser, I'll go to you first. This is your first title match that you're going to be going into in Fandom Fights. How are you feeling immediately after this one?
I'm gonna be honest. I did not expect to win that. Like the past 3 weeks, I've been like busy with finals and just stuff that is not trivial. So honestly, going into this match, my mindset was I just don't want to be like a giant burden. And I almost lost because if you look at at this match, I was very clearly the worst player here. Like very clearly. Like Robert was carrying me throughout most of the rounds. So yeah. And obviously this will change with the title match because now that my finals are over, I actually have time to prep for the title match. So yeah, I'll be ready. And also, just a side note, Joe, I think you're the greatest Fandom player of all time. Your team is 11 in a fucking table. You have nowhere to fucking banter. I'm just saying.
Okay, Robert, you're going to do it again. You're going to go play for the title again. My question to you isn't necessarily how you feel after this match, because I would assume you feel pretty good based on your reaction. My question to you is mainly, teach me. So how much sleep do you actually get at night? I'm not looking forward to it. Maggie and I have been talking about it. Should I be like, what's going on, Robert?
I guess it depends on what kind of challenge you get, Tim. Sometimes, the first couple nights, people say that you will get a lot of sleep when you're in the hospital. That was bullcrap. I slept for like all of 10 minutes, maybe. And I slept on the worst couch ever. So,
but did you watch the Chamber of Secrets on your phone while you were in the hospital while your wife was giving birth?
No, I didn't. I did go out and get Whataburger though, so that was good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But seriously, Robert, thoughts on going to play for the title again?
So, I've never beaten Brittany in anything. I never beat Tyler in anything technically. The last time that happened, Jake and I won a title. So that's good. And if I do this, I apparently join you in Rare Company, where I'm three-time belt holder is for teams. And while that's rarefied air, I want to smell it. I want to smell that air. So, I feel like I've earned it, and I would like to if I can. But it's a big obstacle in the way. And to be honest, deep cutting will probably be very, very difficult for me. But that's fine. We'll figure it out. Yeah. But thank you.
Absolutely. Guys, congrats on the win. I look forward to seeing you in the title match. And that's going to do it for us today at Fandom Fights. And hey, no challenges. What a fucking beautiful thing. Thank you so much to Fun DMC and the Rogue Nation. Thank you to Nick for writing this one. I have been Tim. We will see you guys real soon with more matches and title matches. Title matches next week. We'll see you for those. Bye-bye.
And again, that's the hero gig. Part of the journey is the end. Goodbye, old friend.
Kitty has to go.